Welcome everybody to the Judy team first time Zoom team meeting. And this is the first time we're all kind of learning how Zoom works. If you're having any technical difficulties, don't worry, we're going to work through it. And first, I want to let you know this is very interactive. And since we can see each other, if you want to have input and you're on your video camera, just raise your hand. Also, since we're recording this, you can put yourself on mute so we get a really good recording. And you just click on the audio button and you can mute yourself. We have a couple upcoming events. Tomorrow, if you're in the Marysville area or you know somebody in the Marysville area, Matt and I are hosting a program and opportunity presentation at 7 o'clock in Marysville. I've posted the event on the Judy page. Also, on the 10th of May is the next Judy local training at Everett Community College. The event is also up on Facebook, and Julie emailed it out. And there's one more that I wanted you all to know about, especially for you, those of you that are not in Marysville or Washington. There'll be a live streaming training all across the country on May 17th. So that's really exciting. We have a lot of stuff coming up so you all learn how to be better health coaches. So with that, I'm going to introduce your global director, Judy. Here she is.
Well, hi everybody, and welcome to our first Zoom call. I think this is going to be a great situation for us to be able to feel like we're together even though we're not together. And you know, having our local trainings here is great, but our organization's getting really big, and as is you guys's. And this way we can actually have face-to-face interaction, and we're all in this together, so that's really, really cool. I'm going to start out with introducing, we've had a big growth week, and so I'm going to introduce, I don't know if she got on the call yet, but we have a brand new health coach, Shelly Jackson, and she is actually a lead from Chesapeake Bay, Maryland. And she's really excited to pay it forward. She's been a star student. She's lost 39 pounds in just a couple short months. And she's already in the first couple days here assisted her first 2 clients. So that's really exciting. So welcome, Shelly. Chelsea, I know that you have some really exciting news because Chelsea and Matt have been really doing the do. Their business is exploding. And why don't you go ahead and introduce your brand new coaches for the month of April. Chelsea, I don't see you anymore.
We have, on our whole team, we have 5 new health coaches. Shannon Clark is a friend and client of Jessica Wien, and they're both from Michigan, and Shannon just got signed up. Jennifer Getz is a really plugged-in client of ours, and she's here in Washington State, so we're excited that she's partnering with us. Michelle Knight is on Eric Tolbert's team, and she's super pumped, and she was at the last training, so she got to hear a little bit more about what it is we do. Allison McLean is one of my very long-time friends. I've known her since we were kids. I'm really excited for her to come on and help America get healthy as well. And last but not least is Michelle Maldonado. She's from New York. She is super duper plugged in as well, and she's already inspiring her family and friends to get healthy. So lots of people.
Yay! I'm so excited. Okay, so as you know, a lot of us just got back from a leadership event. Now, this event was really important because you need to be an executive director or higher to even qualify to go to this event. And there were over 1,000 of us leaders there in Austin, Texas, rubbing shoulders with the likes of Dr. Anderson and all the leaders that you see on the webinars and everyone who's been training us to be better. And remember that that Take Shape for Life, we are an organization that is growing so fast that even what we're learning now is going to be evolving and changing even in the next 6 months. Well, we got a little insight on what is going to be coming up in Washington, and we weren't able to know all the logistics of it, but we've got some really exciting stuff coming up. It is just a good time to be Take Shape for Life. If you're us, you are loving life right now. So with that, I know that we have Vicki Hagan and Chelsea and Matt, part of the team that was there. We actually had 13 of us on our team at Go Global. How cool is that? And hi, Vicki, and hi, Melinda, and hi, Lindsay.
Listening.
Hi, Joel. So if you guys don't mind, Vicki and Joel Hagan, regional directors, I want to start with you. I'm going to let you, I know you have a ton of takeaways, but I'm going to start with you and actually have you get to only pick one, each of you, of some things that really, really changed. We said that there was a lot of shifts that happened at Go Global. And if you could share with I know we've talked a little bit about a few of them. Could you and Joel share what your shift was with Go Global this time? Vicki?
Oh gosh, you know, and it's so exciting. I think I had lots of shifts, of course. But one I think that hit me the most was the Kim Fisk training that we did, where she was talking about how important it is to put in all of the habits of health. So many of us focus just on the magic 5-in-1, and we all know how wonderful the 5-in-1 is. Clearly, it could be almost considered magic. But it's so important if you don't have all those other habits of health that you're using at the same time, it just doesn't last. It'll be like any other diet out there. We all know diets don't work. So I started implementing right away, which is great, to start doing some of the other habits of health, like even as they're waiting for their food to come, they can start doing some deep breathing and immediately start some relaxation exercises. So talking to them about increasing their water and doing some deep breathing, a couple things that are habits of health that they can actually start to do. So it made a huge difference, I think. It's taking emphasis off of the 5-in-1 and put it back where it needs to be on the full offering that we have for our program.
I totally agree. I think that moved a lot of people. You know, her class was standing room only, and we're actually going to train further on that. I hope everyone is planning on going to the May 10th training, because if your desire is to grow your business, you just flat do not want to miss this May 10th training, because we are going to take you guys to the next level. So Joel, do you want to share what your shift was on this training here?
The thing I took away that was a big thing was, we're supposed to be duplicatable, and as long as you're duplicatable, people can follow your steps. We're not looking at like a template, we were a template for what's going on. And when you look at everything you do, you see, just in my notes here, if people looking at you that's something they do, your attitude, your confidence, what you post, they see it as a way they can do it. So that was something I never looked at it that way before. But everything you do is
We just saw a pole vault.
A pole vault?
Some guy was pulling it. I don't know that. Anyway, so just realize that everybody's watching you. Everything you do is, you want them to duplicate your actions, and so make sure you're making the right decisions.
Absolutely. Chelsea, I'm going to reach out to you because you are the Zoom queen and ask you, how do we get better sound quality?
Good question, Julie. If you are on your computer or you're on your phone, the best way, if you're getting feedback at all, plug in earbuds. Because sometimes what happens is if you're hearing my voice through your phone, so is your microphone. Okay, so sometimes if you're having any trouble, just get a pair of earbuds, and that will really help you. Also, for those of you out there that aren't talking right now, you go to click on the audio button, and you can mute yourself, and then we can hear everybody a lot better, or speak closer to your microphone.
Great. Well, while I've got you unmuted, why don't you and Matt go ahead and share your takeaways from Go Global? I see we've got Samantha and Joe Bond on the line. Hi, guys. And if you're comfortable in sharing one of your aha moments from Go Global, if you want to be thinking about that, is that okay?
Okay. Do you want me to go first?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I had a ton of takeaways, but one of the biggest ones right now is going pro. And what I took away from that, when Dr. Anderson talked about what professionals do versus what amateurs do, if you've had a job before Take Shape for Life, were you professional at doing that job? I worked at a pool. I managed a team of 30 people. I was very professional with what I was doing. So if I can apply those same principles to what I do at Take Shape for Life, then I'm going pro. So sometimes I don't always want to get up in the morning and get to work, but just because I get to decide that doesn't mean I'm not going to get up and go to work. You know what I mean? I don't have a boss telling me, but I know my goals, and if I'm going to go pro, I'm just going to get up and do it anyways. And the other thing I like to say is when I worked at the YMCA, I had to call people every day that sometimes were complaints, and I had to address their complaint. I didn't always want to call them, but I had to. Same thing with Take Shape. It's a lot more pleasant calling people now, but it's not really something I always feel like doing, but I'm still going to do it because I know how much this transforms people's lives, and I have intense motivation to do that. So that's my takeaway.
Okay, is Matt in a position where you can help him do his?
I got a couple of minutes here, guys. Just like Chelsea said, I absolutely love that the focus of this training was going professional. And one of the things that really touched me the most was Dr. A's initiative for Aim to Stay. And, really utilizing and becoming a professional at empathetic coaching and helping people figure out what their intrinsic motivation is going to be so that they can take aim and stay and focus on what their goals are and really create the life that Chelsea and I and all of these people out here really want to create. And I absolutely love that.
That's great. Thanks, Matt. Samantha, are you at a space where you could share a little something that you got from Go Global? This was Samantha and Joe Bond just went executive director just last month. Like I said, our business is exploding and people are not waiting around to go forward. And so, Samantha, would you mind sharing a quick tidbit of what you got from your first Go Global?
Okay, I'm hard enough to hear to begin with, but can people hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. And we're not connected in our audio and our visual. Although I got sick, I had a great time. And the biggest thing that I took away was people do what I'm going to do. And so my clients are going to be coaching like I'm coaching. And if they asked, would Dan Bell follow me if I was his mentor and I had found the next Dan Bell, would he follow me in my mission? And am I the mentor that I would want? And am I the client that I would want? And if not, then I need to be. And so I need to step up my game, and I need to be the one that I would want to follow, and I need to be the client that I would want to have. So I'm going to be changing those things and knowing that people will do what I'm doing, not what I'm saying.
Wow, that That was so profound. I literally, I don't know if you can see my goosebumps right here. That was awesome. You know, to build on that, what you just said, you know, Samantha, you said some things that really are profound in what we do and what this whole conference was about. And that is really taking it from your head to your heart and realizing, you know, just like Chelsea and Matt and Vicki and Joel said around the duplication, really looking at, it starts with us, right? And sometimes it's harder to look at ourselves than it is to be outward. And that's how we get caught up in, sometimes I know I start getting caught up in the managing of my business instead of moving forward. And so I know that all of you probably got that email that I sent out this morning, and there was some snippets from Dr. Anderson in there that from an email he sent out to all of us globals this morning. And wow, we are part of a mission that is so much bigger than us. And you know, one of the zillion things that I got out of this was absolutely the urgency that we all need to have based on what it is we want, realizing that this is such a huge, huge job that we have to do, that if each and every one of us does just our part, and like Chelsea was talking about, treating this like giving this business the respect it deserves. Whether your plan is to get 5 people healthy or hundreds of people healthy and build teams of coaches, it doesn't matter which one of those you are, as long as you are on purpose with what it is you're doing. And for me, I know that I've been self-employed for a long time, but I know that most of our coaches have daytime jobs. And like Vicki Hagan, you're very good about, you know, you work full-time for the state, and you're working very hard on trying to replace, you've already replaced that income, but working hard on getting yourself set up so that you can walk away from that job here very soon. Congratulations, by the way. And but you've had to be very on point in regards to the urgency of your business of, this is what I want. If I'm going to get what I want, I need to be making calls on my lunch hour. And when I am working on my Take Shape for Life business, I'm not just doing busy work. I'm actually reaching out to people. I know that since we got home, I've hit the ground running, one appointment after another. I had 3 appointments today, and I've got 3 more tomorrow. And it's just about sharing this with, and the entrepreneur I met with today, I want to share this because my posture came directly from Go Global. And I was so thankful that I had that training, that, you know, this entrepreneur, he's a business coach. He actually coaches big corporations all over America. And he was a speaker at one of our events that I had gone to a month or 2 ago. And I had finally gotten an appointment with him. And, you know, at the end of our appointment, he was like, you know, trying to figure out how he could work this in. But he was like, you know, I don't want you to think that you know, we need to have a follow-up appointment. But, you know, he started to apologize for not jumping in or not. And I stopped him and I said, I have no attachment to this outcome. I don't even know if this is going to be a match or if we can even work together. And so by qualifying him, he was like, oh, okay. And then that changed the posture of the conversation, that he didn't feel like I was there to close him or to do anything, but to say, hey, look at this awesome business plan. And he was really, really impressed. I mean, he kept, oh my gosh, yep, that I've never seen anything like this. He was really impressed. But because I had gotten that posture directly from Dan Bell, I'm with Samantha. I mean, that guy's amazing. And because I did that, it changed the tone. And I think it's the same appointment. It was the exact same time I would have spent, but how effective I was because I really was not attached to the outcome. And it goes the same way with clients. If we can just know that we're sharing this amazing thing that we have in our hands, and whether they're ready right now or not doesn't matter. But guess what? They know 200 people that you don't know. And one of the reasons why I sent out I was excited that we had this attachment of Dr. A's that he sent, because on the gold key attachment that we send was a structural tension chart that is very, very specific. And I am so excited about this, because if anybody just simply looked at that attachment, printed it out, and did exactly what was on here, their business is going to explode no matter what. I mean, when we talk about aim to stay, we're going to be training on that on May 10th. But the stay part of it is strategy, tactics, action, and daily activities. So your strategy is literally figuring out, what is it that I want? What do I want my business to look like in 30 days? Say you are a brand new health coach and you just want to become a senior coach, 5 clients in my first 30 days. Okay, so that would be your strategy. And you would write down what your due date on that is. And so your tactics, your strategy is your why. Your tactics is your how. And your how are going to be simply the things that it takes to make this move forward. So you may have a list of things that it takes, like create interest with people. Okay, so that creating interest is a tactic. That's a how you're going to do something. The actions are what you are doing, your daily activities. So let's just take this first one on here. Creating interest with people. I know that to get to my goal, I need to create some interest with people. How am I going to do that? Well, first activity would be, I'm going to call 5 people from my contact list daily. How about I'm going to host some healthy happy hours? How about I'm going to, let me make sure that I'm not skipping ahead here. Yeah, how about I'm going to start posting a daily before and after story on my Facebook. That would be an action of how to create interest with people. Because really what we're doing is we're trying to create a connection and dialogue with people. Is everybody following me here? I love that we can see each other. It's super cute. Anyway, and then the second tactics here on this sheet is acquiring new clients. That's another actual tactic that happens for you to be able to create results in your goals. And so acquiring new clients would be set up and do 2 presentations a week. Now my goal is to do 4 a week. That's just kind of a standard. I set up 4. Sometimes I set up more than that. I've found that way, if a couple people cancel or move it out, I still have a minimum of meeting with 2 live people a week. And then ask for referrals 3 times a week. Maybe that looks like specific phone calls to people you know, asking if they know anyone, or maybe it's a specific phone call to clients that you already have that are existing. If you're a brand new health coach, maybe it's calling your mom and saying, hey, do you know anybody that I could practice on for your practice calls? That would be asking for referrals. And then integrating your clients, sending email reminders about habits of health, their lessons, and making sure that they're connecting, they're getting integrated with their course materials. Reminding people that, you know what, your books are not, it doesn't have to be one of those things that it's a novel and you're just opening it, you're sitting down and reading it start to finish. What that is a reference guide for the rest of your life. You literally are going to be referencing that. So you can skip around in it, do the things that are going on in your life. If you're struggling with sleep that week, go to chapter 17, jump up to there and reference that. Do that in the workbook so that you can come up with a plan for whatever's going on in your life right there, so that you can actually be applying these things as you need them. You know, I loved that Chelsea brought up Kim Fisk's class in regards to having this be, wonder if we really didn't treat it like you're either on the 5 and 1 or you're totally not. Wonder if we treated it like, you know what? This is my new healthy lifestyle. And wonder if, you know, instead of going off plan and going, oh my gosh, I screwed up, and so I had to have a donut, or whatever it is. I had to have a big ice cream cone. Yet on days when we're on plan, we're like, oh my God, I can't have that piece of fruit, but yet we'll go off with a big bowl of ice cream. Where maybe if you're in that place where you know that you're about to make a choice to go off plan, wonder if that choice was, okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and have this handful of blueberries. I know I'm going to, go out of fat burning, but I'm going to choose this instead of something that would be way worse for me. Just an example of changing that in your head so that we're really creating health. When people say, I don't know if I can go without fruit or if I can go, whatever, good. Fruit is a habit of health. We're on a journey here. Vicki, did you have a comment?
I just don't know if I should raise my hand.
Yeah, if you have you raise your hand.
Yeah. Okay, I have a really pertinent example that actually happened to me yesterday. I've got this great client that started. She's so cute. She calls all the time with little questions, and she's just doing so well. And she called me yesterday, and thank heavens I went to this Go Global because it was perfect. So she goes, well, I was doing okay, and then I had family that came for the weekend, and I know there was some stuff sitting in front of me, and I shouldn't have had it, but I had one, and then I got up, walked away, and had a big glass of water. But then they wanted to go out to Mexican, and normally I'd order the bean burrito, but I had the carne asada and a salad, and I didn't eat all of it, but I did have some of that, and I go, and she goes, so I feel really, really bad. And I go, you know what? I said, I'm hearing a lot of really good choices in there. So I was able to point out, look at the things that you've done. That's not how you would have eaten, a month ago. And she goes, yeah, you're right. And I go, look at you. You walked away and drank some water. That's a great habit of health. Look at that. Good for you. Yeah, you're right. And so we went over all of that, and I pointed out all the things that she had done correct. She was so excited, and she goes, but today I'm back on program, but I'm hungry. And so then we talked about, well, you were kicked out of fat burn. And so that's what happened. So it was a great learning experience, and she felt good about it. And she didn't, I didn't beat her up. I pointed out all the things she had done right, because there are so many habits of health. And the point is that we are changing their habits for a lifetime. We are not doing the 5 and 1 magic plan. Right? So exactly. This is all about learning these habits, and she made changes. She made good changes. It was wonderful. And now she's talking, we're talking about her becoming a coach.
Yay!
So I'm so excited. So anyway, I thought that was
yeah. And to wrap up the call here, we've got about 3 minutes that we can be on this before it's going to kick me off. But Chelsea, I really want to bring you in on this conversation. I know we had a lot more we wanted to talk about, but we're just so excited we can't even stand it. This company is becoming such a huge optimal health company. It's not about just losing weight. It's about so much more. And each of us is going to train on that with our coaches throughout the next week or two. And then we're going to really delve into it on the 10th. But Chelsea, I know that you, in your personal journey, can speak on this subject because it's changed the way you're thinking about your own journey. Would you mind sharing with us? I know your personal journey is your personal journey, so just share as much as you feel that people could relate to, just real quick in the last 2 minutes.
Yes, my big breakthrough was realizing I didn't know what my why was. I thought I knew what it was, but it was too abstract of a why. So for the last couple days, once I realized, oh my gosh, my why has changed. Originally, I was very sick. I haven't been sick for 4 years. So that why isn't there anymore. So what's driving me? Well, nothing, because I couldn't figure it out. And it just hit me. As I was explaining to Matt, oh my gosh, I don't know what my why is. As you know, and I'm telling people all the time, we want to figure out what your why is, and I didn't know. So what I texted my health coach this morning, Julie, was my why is to stop the monkey mind and to stop the negative chatter and the obsession of food. And so there's a few tools I'm using to do that: meditation, having quiet time, taking deep breaths. All of that is helping me stop that internal battle that goes on for me every day, almost every hour before. So now that I'm in this place, I get to help my clients who struggle in those regards to get into this place as well. And Kim Fisk said, you can't help somebody get somewhere if you haven't been there. And that's very true. So for me, it's just very exciting that I've finally figured that part out.
Great. Okay, we're going to wrap up the call. It's going to kick us off, but I'm going to actually upgrade this Zoom thing so that it doesn't do that anymore. But anyway, great call, you guys. And I can't wait to do this again. Maybe we can do an impromptu one in a couple days.
Okay.
Okay, you guys. Good night. Love you all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.